Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be taking you through the video recording for the fact file for assignment 2 EDF 4804. So for our assignment we looked at Unit 3, Australia's Health in a Globalised World of the Health and Human Development Study Design. More specifically looking at Area Study 2, Promoting Health and Wellbeing, and the key knowledge point in Outcome 2, initiatives to promote healthy eating in Australia, including Australian dietary guidelines and the work of Nutrition Australia, and the challenges in bringing about dietary change. So for our fact file, Kevlin and I decided to create a brochure. So you should have this brochure in front of you at the moment, and if it's not already folded up into brochure format, please just take a moment to do that. So the first page of your brochure should look at the initiatives to promote healthy eating in Australia. So the first initiative being the Australian Dietary Guidelines, which aims to provide appropriate and relevant information on the types and amounts of foods, food groups and dietary patterns through scientific-based evidence, which aim to promote health and well-being, reduce the risk of diet-related conditions, and reduce the risk of chronic disease. So these guidelines are developed for the public, so health professionals, policymakers, educators, food manufacturers, food retailers and researchers. And the content within applies to all healthy Australians and some diet-related risk factors individuals to try and promote optimal health and well-being for the Australian population. So there are 5 key guidelines that are displayed in the table below, with the first guideline stating to achieve and maintain a healthy weight, be physically active and choose amounts of nutritious foods and drinks to meet your energy levels, or energy needs, So children and adolescents should eat sufficient nutritious foods to grow and develop normally. They should be physically active every day and their growth should be checked regularly. For older people, they should eat nutritious food and keep physically active to help maintain muscle strength and a healthy weight. Guideline 2 looks at enjoying a wide variety of nutritious foods from these 5 groups every day. So plenty of vegetables, fruit, grain foods, lean meats and poultry, fish, eggs, tofu, nuts and seeds, milk, yogurt, cheese and other dairy foods, mostly reduced fat. Reduced fats milks are not suitable for children under the age of 2 years though. Because they need the calcium to develop their bones, and also drinking plenty of water. So for guideline 3, limit intake of foods containing saturated fats, added salt, added sugars and alcohol. So this is broken up into 4 parts, which is A to D. So part A, looking at limiting intake of foods high in saturated fats, such as many biscuits, cakes, pastries, pies, processed meats, commercial burgers, pizzas, fried foods, potato chips, crisps and other savoury snacks. And to actually replace these high-fat foods, which contain predominantly saturated fats, such as butter, cream, cooking margarine, coconut and palm oil, with foods containing primarily polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats, which is the good fats such as oils, spreads, nut butters, pastes and avocados. Also to keep low-fat diets are not suitable for children under the age of 2 years. B, looking at limiting intake of foods and drinks containing added salts. So read labels to choose lower sodium options among similar foods, and do not add salts to foods in cooking or at the table. Part C, limiting intake of foods and drinks containing added sugars, such as confectionery sugar-sweetened soft drinks and cordials, food drinks, vitamin waters, energy and sport drinks. And D, if you choose to drink alcohol, limit the intake. For women who are pregnant, planning pregnancy or breastfeeding, not drinking alcohol is the safest option. Guideline 4 and Guideline 5 are pretty clear, so it's just encouraging, support and promote breastfeeding, and Guideline 5, care for your food, prepare and store it safely. Okay, so that's the 5 guidelines. What we're going to do now to strengthen your understanding, if you scroll over, sorry, I'll just zoom out one. If you scroll over, there's a quick video here on the Australian Dietary Guidelines that actually relates this to Australian Guide to Healthy Eating, which is the table, the big pizza with all the foods in it underneath. So you can just take a moment, if you pause the video and click on the link and watch this video. Okay, so that should have loaded like so. Cool. So now that you've watched that video, I'd like you to apply this knowledge, and if you can take a look at the diagram below, I'd like you to circle in each section the types of foods you eat regularly throughout a day and how many different types of foods you eat from the different types of food groups. Once you've completed this, I'd like you to have a short discussion with your partner and see if you meet the guidelines and to compare and contrast between your partner's foods. Alright, so we'll give you a couple minutes to do this. Again, just pause the video, and once your discussion's completed, just click play again. Okay, cool. So I hope there was some great discussions around the foods groups and if you met the Australian guidelines for healthy eating. Now what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at another initiative, which is Nutrition Australia. So Nutrition Australia acts to promote healthy eating by providing the latest information on nutrition research and current food and health and wellbeing trends. So Nutrition Australia runs a range of media campaigns and provides resources and services aimed at assisting people to implement healthy eating plans. So if you just take a look at this little brainstorm diagram below, these are pretty much all the different types of resources or services Nutrition Australia offers. And we're actually going to go into these, the work of Nutrition Australia in more depth. So Nutrition Australia's goal is to promote optimal health and wellbeing for all Australians by encouraging food variety and physical activity through their work of Healthy Eating Advisory Service, so promoting consumption of healthy food and drinks in early childhood services, schools, hospitals and workplaces across Victoria. Nutrition Australia also assists in coordinating the events and produces resources for the annual National Nutrition Week. They develop educational resources, so providing a range of nutrition books, portion bowls, booklets, videos and webinars. They provide nutrition seminars and workshops, so trained dietitians and nutritionists conduct a range of seminars to provide education to the public wanting to improve their diet. They hold webinars for health professionals, so these are developed for health professionals to provide training and education to assist them in promoting healthy eating in the community. The publication of recipes, so they put a range of healthy recipes are provided via the Nutrition Australia website, and reviewed books are available for purchase also on their website. They're also responsible for creating the Healthy Eating Pyramid, which is a simple visual guide to the types and proportion of foods that individuals should eat every day for good health and well-being. And there's just a diagram there if, again, you want to have a look at the different types of foods and just have a look how many of these types of food you eat in each day. Okay, what we're going to do is flip over to the last page of our brochure, looking at the challenges in dietary change. So the foods people consume are a result of complex factors that provide a range of challenges in improving dietary behaviour. The table below provides an outline of the factors influencing food intake. which is definitely different for different individuals. So the food intake can be impacted by education, nutrition knowledge, and cooking skills. Other health and well-being factors, the attitudes and beliefs of individuals and their willpower to actually eat nutritious foods, food security and food marketing, time constraints and convenience. So that's definitely a bigger one for older people and adults. Personal preference of types of foods, and the influence of family, culture, society, and religion. So for today, that pretty much wraps up our video recording for our fact file. Students can use this student-friendly booklet to hang up around their room as information for upcoming exams or SACs. Thank you for listening, and good luck.